WHO, and I hope that our discussion will be beneficial for our countries, and I pray to God for the beneficials of our discussion. First of all, on behalf of my nation and myself, I would like to thank my dear friends in this meeting. The term president of the Turkic Council, His Excellency İlham Aliyev, I would like to extend my heartfelt feelings and thanks to him. And with the presence of His Excellency Viktor Orban and the nation of the Hungary, I would like to congratulate their Easter holiday. And I also would like to reiterate that I am glad to see the Berdi Muhamedov, the president of the Turkmenistan, with us, and we hope that we would like to see Turkmenistan as the permanent member of our council. As the global humanity, we are fighting a very tough war against an invisible enemy. So the summit of Turkic Council, I hope that will strengthen our cooperation among us. As the Turkic world, with the permission of God, I am confident and I believe that we will become ever more stronger after our fight against the pandemic. And once again, I'd like to extend my condolences to the beloved ones of the people who passed away, and I would like to pray for God for healing of our patients. As the pandemic started to spread in Turkey, we took the necessary precautions without any hesitation. Based on the recommendations coming from the scientific committee that we have established under the auspices of the Ministry of Health, we are continuing with our fight against the pandemic. And we also do our evaluations based on the impact on our nation. And in order to evaluate this impact, we have established the Social Sciences Committee. In the last 17 years, with thanks to the investments that we have done in the field of healthcare services, I would like to state that we were much more prepared for this pandemic. In terms of the manufacturing of the healthcare equipment, we didn't have huge troubles. Apart from being self-sufficient, we pushed our limits in order to side with our brothers. And of course, we take into consideration your requests first and foremost. And I'm very glad that the solidarity and cooperation has been established among the members of our Turkic Council. The Turkic Council is a very important platform for such cooperation and solidarity. It has proven itself. Within that perspective, when need be, the ministers of health will hold video conference sessions so that they will share their experiences and the good examples. Distinguished and dear friends, we are facing with a socio-economic crisis in the global scale. The precautions that we take so far can have a negative impact on our trades. That's why the transportation, the custom transactions are taken into consideration by not imposing any negative impact on the public health, and the necessary precautions on that regard should be implemented as soon as possible. Within a framework of open trade, the international trade and the international cargo transportation should be continued without any interruption. It will be essential for the security and safety of the supply chain. All of the precautions should be taken in accordance with the rules of the World Trade Organization and the recommendations coming from the WHO. So if we protect our bilateral trade, then our solidarity and cooperation will be even strengthened. The common corridor should be strengthened. This transportation corridor can be used with multi-mode transportation systems and contactless transportation. And in order to take concrete steps for the realization of this mode of transportation, our cooperation should be strengthened. Between Turkey and Azerbaijan, the railway transportation can be extended all the way to the mid-Asia. Baku, Tiflis, and from the Kars road, we can provide additional 3,500 tons of daily transportation, and we do our best in order to realize it. In terms of Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan, the transporters, this road has become quite functional and essential. That's why from the members of our Turkic Council, we expect their cooperations and facilitations in the fields of providing the transportation permission quotas. And I believe that the additional passage documents should be exempted within the principle of reciprocity. As you all know, in order to prevent the spread of the pandemics, the passenger transportation has been limited. But as far as the other party enabled us, we didn't impose any restrictions in terms of the good transportation. And in addition to that, the communication sector is actually facing great challenges. And once again, the communication sector has become functional in such global crisis. In terms of developing the cybersecurity, I do believe that our council, the Turkic Council, can also play an important part. In order to discuss all those topics, I do believe our ministers of transportation and industry should come together to discuss all those topics. This is my recommendation. Dear friends, from the onset of the pandemic, unfortunately, fortunately, I would like to correct, we provided the return of our 25,000 of our Turkish citizens. And in terms of providing the return of your citizens back to your countries, we will do any sort of facilitation whatsoever for their return to back to their countries. In terms of the violation of the visa requirements, we will not pose any sanctions to our Turkish brothers in our country. And I do believe that you will provide the same flexibility of the citizens of the Republic of Turkey in your countries. Dear brothers, with the permission of God, of course, we will triumph in our fight against the coronavirus, and then we will face with another reality of this world. That's why, as we fight against the coronavirus, we should also prepare ourselves for the future after the coronavirus. Our cooperation from the economy to the social psychology and also to the healthcare sector, we should have a comprehensive approach. And we should define the fields for further cooperation and solidarity, and the necessary steps should be taken without any interruption. In order to develop solutions to the problems of the pandemics, we should share our best expertise, and at the same time, we should develop strategies for the post-pandemic period. And in order to realize it, a harmonization and cooperation mechanism should be established based between our centers. Such kind of an approach, I do believe, will strengthen the international visibility of our council, and it will boost its dominance not only on the regional but also on the global level. As I conclude my speech, I would like to quote from Kutatku Bilik, and I would like to remind you this statements. Believe we will rise, and the ones who rise will go down as well. The one who will shine will dim. As Yusuf Has Hacip has said, these troubled times will come to an end as soon as possible, I hope. And more brighter days will await us and embrace us. I hope God will help us, and I hope that our conference will be beneficial for each one of our countries. And from Turkey, I'd like to extend my gratitude to each one of you. I wish all of you to stay in good shape and health.